Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. You might be wondering why I skipped the opening logos like I normally don't do. That's because for some reason Fraps won't record them. Also, the title screen is laggy a bit I don't know why, because this doesn't continue into the actual game. Very weird. Anyways, let's jump right into character creation. Now, some of you will recall that during the course of My Paper Mario Let's Play, I mentioned I enjoy playing tanky characters. I'm not going to be playing one in this game. Now, this game has a lot of customization options. Now, there's a second reason I'm doing this game besides just wanting to do it for a Let's Play. Some of you will also be aware that I run a article called For Fun and Profit. A blog called For Fun and Profit where I break down game design. An upcoming article I'm going to do is Terrace. And I'm going to use this is about KOTOR's Terrace level. Now I'm going to use this Let's Play as the final bit of my research for that as well. Which means I'm going to play through the game play through Terrace in the one way I haven't yet. To do this, I'm going to have to play as a female scoundrel. Custom character. Portrait. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of most of the design options you can have in this game. It's not KOTOR's strongest feature. I think is its character creation. In terms of appearance, I feel is a little weak. Now, stats are pretty self-explanatory, but I'll go over them really quick anyway. Strength measures damage you do with melee weapons. Mostly vibroblades, lightsabers, and staves. And yes, you will be getting a lightsaber in this game. You don't start with one, though. Makes me sad. In fact, you can't wield one on your main character for quite a while. Sorry, my ear itches. In terms of plot, it's actually not that long, but in terms of actual gameplay, trust me, it'll be a bit before we get a lightsaber for our main character. And strength isn't going to be my main stat anyways. Dexterity affects how you do with ranged weapons, blasters and grenades. They also increase your defense, making you harder to hit. Yeah. Constitution focuses on HP. Basically. It's essential for guardians or for physical characters. Ditto strength. For non-physical characters, you can sort of get away with not using it. Dexterity is good for ranged fighters. I'm going to have a decent boost to it right at the start of the game, but otherwise, I'm not actually going to boost this one very often. Intelligence. Very helpful. Basically increases the amount of points you have. Go down. Wisdom increases how well you do with force powers. Also has a couple of other effects. I'm going to be boosting this one a lot too. Ditto intelligence. Charisma. Also good for force powers and a couple of other things. Another one I'll be boosting. These three, wisdom, intelligence, and charisma, are going to actually be my main stats for this playthrough. With a bit to constitution and strength later on, but they're not that important right away. So for these classes, we're going to get them all up to 14. And I'm going to get dexterity up to 12 as well. Actually, I'm going to get dexterity up to 14. And because I'm not using melee weapons right now at all for this character, I'm going to leave strength for now. Boost my constitution up. Actually, hold on. Let's drop all that to 10. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to boost intelligence, wisdom, and charisma up to 15. Skills. Yeah. Each of the skills are... That was basically explained how your skills work. By the way, boosting intelligence gets you more points to use. And you also have things up here. This is the point cost. That's how much it costs to use the skill. Or that's whether or not it's a class skill or cross-class skill. Computer use is based off intelligence. This is how well you're good at using computer programs or hacking them. Not going to be boosting that on this character. Demolitions. Demolitions is a class skill, and it affects how well you handle mines. Not one I'm going to be using very often to set mines, because I think they're kind of useless to set, but I will be disabling them a lot. Stealth. Based off dexterity, which I don't have a huge amount of, but it is helpful to go in stealth mode sometimes. In fact, I'll be using it a lot, probably. On Terrace, at least. Awareness basically means it's easier for you to spot hidden objects. Persuade affects how you interact with characters. Repair is another cross-class skill. It's based off intelligence. Basically, it's how well you fix droids. Security is how well you hack security objects. Treat injury is how well you heal yourself. Treat injury is actually a pretty useful skill, but first we're going to boost the hell out of our class skills. We can get each of those up to level 4 right at the start of the game. And I'll use the rest of my points here to boost treat injury to 2. Because class skills only ever cost 1, as I recall, at least until higher levels. But yeah, that's our starter skills. Feats. Thank you. These are special abilities. We start with a few. Light armor proficiency, critical strike, which we won't use. Sniper shot, which is okay. Blaster pistol, Blaster rifle, So now I have to consider what I'm going to start with in terms of feats. No, that's not one. That's not the one I'm looking at. Scoundrel's luck. Toughness. Okay, really quick. Dueling. This skill is useless. You will never just be using a single weapon in this game. On a single one-handed weapon in this game. You will either have, and this is for every character, you will either be dual-wielding or using two-handed weapons. Never, ever, ever put points into dueling. Scoundrel's luck is only useful for scoundrel classes. It manifests as a +2 to defense, and yeah, Scoundrel's luck's actually pretty cool. Toughness, a bit of extra vitality. Honestly, it's not that great unless you're playing a tank. It's not terrible either, though. Sneak attack, again, requires Scoundrel. And extra damage when the target can't respond to the attacker. If you use stun grenades, this is handy. I start with this one, I'll be using it a lot. Load. Melee weapons, you can use melee weapons. With this one, upgrading it lets you use better melee weapons. There's 3 levels to most feats, by the way. Heavy weapons lets you use heavy weapons. I won't be taking that one. Probably not toughness either. I don't know if I won't be taking the upgrade form of melee weapon proficiency, by the way. Scoundrel's luck, I'm not sure about. Ditto, sneak attack. Blaster rifle, lets you use blaster rifles, don't care. Blaster pistol, I do care. I will be using that one. I won't be upgrading it, though, I don't think. Sniper shot is basically a heavy attack. Rapid shot lets you shoot, do a couple extra hits with your blasters. Power blast adds to your damage, but also makes it harder for you to hit. Sniper shot lowers defense by 5. So I won't be using it ever. I won't be using rapid shot ever either, because my character's kind of brittle. Power attack is basically the melee version of power shot. Implants. These let you equip some extra equipment. Conditioning, a boost to all your stats. Gearhead, meh. A boost to repair, security, and computer use. Flurry is the physical version of power shot. Empathy. I'll get to that one in a minute. Critical strike is basically the melee version of power hit, or sniper shot. Caution gives you a boost to demolitions and stealth. Armor proficiency affects which armors you can use. 2-weapon fighting. This is the one I'm kind of torn about. I have 2 feats I can use. This lowers the penalty for me wielding a double-bladed, for wielding double-bladed weapons or 2 weapons, like staves or dual wielding. Now, I was actually a bit torn as to what I'm going to take for my starting, but really quick, I need to cover empathy. Empathy is only used for the main character, and it gives you a +1 to bump, to persuade, treat injury, and awareness. It's actually really useful. And I was torn a bit whether I should take 2-weapon fighting, empathy, or implant level 1. I eventually decided that I'm going to take actually, yeah, I eventually decided, I was thinking about taking 2-weapon fighting, but I can take a blaster rifle for that, to get around that. Empathy isn't that useful for me, since I've got pretty high stats generally. Implants, though, would let me get an extra bit of equipment. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take implant for my starting feat. Now, for name. No. Backspace. Now, I did actually have to think. I did spend a lot of time. Sorry, stretch. Get off. Thinking about how I'm going to play this character. Oh, actually, I didn't spend any time thinking about how I'm going to play this character because I know how already. Thinking about what I'm going to name this character. And ultimately, I figured, considering the nature of the character I'm going to play, I'm going to take a shout out from Standing Trials, the site I help run. And for those of you who play on Standing Trials, this should give you a hint as to what kind of character I'm going to be playing. I don't see any neat reason to include a surname. Well, maybe. Nah. Let's just get into the game now. I have no fortitude, but my reflex and will are decent. I'll get to something else in a minute here. Or I'll cover something. There's two other aspects now I'm going to play through this game that I'll cover when they come up. Opening scroll. I'm going to show, well, no, I won't. You know, I haven't seen Rogue One yet, but I've heard that Rogue One doesn't actually have this. That fascinates me. It makes it the only Star Wars media without one that isn't a comic book or a book. Knights of the Old Republic! Yeah, you know what? I'm going to narrate this. 4,000 years before the rise of the Galactic Empire, the Republic verges on collapse. Darth Malak, the last surviving apprentice of the Dark Lord Revan, has unleashed an invincible Sith armada upon an unsuspecting galaxy. Hold on, I'm going to let it scroll up here for a bit. Crushing all resistance, Malak's war of conquest has left the Jedi Order scattered and vulnerable, as countless knights fall in battle and many more swear allegiance to the new Sith Master. Okay, seriously, the Jedi need to look at their training again. Their apprentices fall to the dark side a lot. Okay, in the skies above the outer rim world of Terrace, a Jedi battle fleet engages the forces of Darth Malak in a desperate effort to halt the Sith's galactic domination. I can't wait for next week. Next week is when this and Doom start uploading. I'm recording this on the 2nd of February, and I recorded the first 3 episodes of Doom yesterday. This doesn't look good. I seem to be getting kind of peppered. Guys, I think our ship kind of fucked up. Also, for some reason, I think I'm lagging. Oh, no, wait, that's right. This opening bit is just a little slow. And then comes this dude.
Ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
The Endar Spire is the ship we're serving on, but this is but hitting it #1 is just freaking hilarious.
I'm Logo, ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up. We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive.
Now, it's entirely possible. Now, as you can see from this, the game depends a lot, focuses a lot on character development. Now, yeah.
You swore an oath to protect Bastila when you signed up with this mission, just like everyone else in the crew. Now it's time to make good on that oath.
Dude, I'm playing a scoundrel.
I know she may not have an official rank in the fleet, but she's the one in charge of this mission, and it's our duty to protect her. I know all about your reputation, how you used to smuggle spice and blasters along the Corellian run. I guess the Republic figured since they couldn't catch you, they might as well hire you. And I'll admit, the Republic is in desperate need of someone with your kind of skills. Desperate enough to overlook your shady past. Now that you signed on for this mission, you're part of the Republic fleet, and Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack.
Okay, let's go help.
And grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here. You can move the mouse to the edges of the screen to rotate the camera. Alternately, moving the mouse while holding down the right mouse button will rotate the camera as well.
Right, I forgot about that.
To move towards the footlocker, hold down the right mouse button and face the camera towards it. Then hold down the left mouse button as well to cause the character to run forward.
Whoa.
You can left click on an
Sorry, I just clicked out of the game.
Once the footlocker is selected, left click on it again to perform the default action and open it.
Okay. Easier way to rotate the camera. Keyboard buttons. Honestly, this game's controls have not aged well. But we got some items here. 2 med packs, very useful. Some clothing, also nice. A short sword, a blaster pistol, that's what I'll be using for now. Security spike and a computer spike for hacking. And a stealth field generator. Thank you. Oh, and I get 50 experience points. Woohoo. Inventory. Ooh, I need to go into my settings really quick because it was lagging on the title screen. I didn't want to do it there. Gameplay. Combat difficulty is normal. Auto level up is turned off. Mouse look. Honestly, I don't... This game was originally developed for the Xbox. As such, mouse look here isn't actually that useful. Autosave. Yes, I've got that. Reverse minigame, Y-axis, fuck that. Combat movement, yes. Let's bump into our mouse settings really quick. Mouse sensitivity is there, and I can reverse the mouse buttons if I feel like it. I'm going to turn my mouse sensitivity up a bit. Right. I'm basically using standard WASD controls for this, and I'm just going to back right out of that. Because I don't want to get involved into that too much. Feedback. Hide unequipable. Yes, this means items that I can't use on my character won't show up. Tutorial pop-ups. Yeah, when first features are introduced, there will be pop-ups. Subtitles, of course. Minimap. Yes. Floating numbers. Yes. Status summary. Yeah. I don't want to get rid of the quick menu buttons. I like those. Got no need to use the small font. Just to show it off really quick. Small font. Actually, I kind of like the way it looks a little better. Let me know which one y'all prefer. I kind of like the small font personally, but I can see how that would make it harder for y'all to read what's going on, so... Auto pause. The game will auto pause at certain points, like when an enemy's sighted, when a mine's sighted, when a party member goes dies, anytime I open action menu, or whenever I select a new target, or at the end of I turned off the action command and end of combat rounds because that's annoying as hell. Graphics. Brightness. Screen resolution. I'm not getting into that. Shadows. Grass. This one is important. If you're playing this game, odds are you're going to want to turn off grass. There are certain points in the game where this will completely fuck the game up. Just completely kill it and everything. Advanced. Texture quality. I'm not getting into all this. Music turned off. I'm got nothing to add to sound except that this is what my sound is. Okay. Here's the main map. Quests. This is where you can see a message of all your dialogues. This is where you can get a look at your character skills and feats. It only shows the ones you've taken though, so it's a neat little summary. Also shows the bonuses you get for skills. I've got a nice boost to computer use, which is good because I don't have any. A nice good bonus to demolitions. No bonus to stealth, makes me sad. A big bonus to awareness, very nice. Nice one to persuade and repair. Nice one to security. Good one to treat injury too. I don't remember if it shows a bonus to feats. Nope. Right, we'll get to that in a second. Here's the inventory. I can see all my items here. Let's go to our menu, though. Here's where we can equip things. Obviously, I'm going to put on my damn clothes. Put on my grab my blaster pistol because I have no strength. I don't have much dexterity either. Grab my stealth field generator. I have nothing else I can equip. I also have some meta packs here. Security spike and computer spike for hacking. Now, this menu, really quick, something important here. This, right here on the side, I don't remember what this does. This, right here on the side. This. This is, I had to decide how I was going to play through this game, and I might wind up doing a second playthrough of this game to show the side I don't go with. I'm going to the dark side this time. So, won't that be lots of fun? Alright. Scripts. Oh, scripts is basically it affects how you attack. I don't remember how to set them up right now, so I'll worry about that some other time. Well, actually, okay, whatever. But now we have our equipment on and our gun, and yeah, the default equipment in this game looks a little dumb. Alright, we got our gear.
Okay, let's move out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own.
Okay, now Trask has joined the team. Level 3 soldier, very nice.
Because of the attack, this room is in lockdown. But don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door.
I'm not letting him tutorialize. To select Trask, just click his portrait. Alright, now really quick, before we get into things, I want to show you what he's got. Clothing and another blaster pistol. Alright, we're going to open the door here.
Now that the door is open, you better...
Actually, really quick, I want to bump into his skills and stats. For feats, he has all 3 armor points, a bit of conditioning, a power attack, power blast, blaster, and the same basic weapon proficiencies I do, except, yeah, I thought he might have had... He also has toughness. I thought he might have had some other stats. His computer use is terrible, his demolitions is non-existent, his stealth is dead, his awareness is also pretty much not is decent. Persuade exists. Ditto repair. His security is actually pretty good. Ditto his treat injury, which is actually about the same as mine. Let's look at his stats. Yeah, you can tell he's level 3. Alright, let's boogie. Thank you.
This is Carthonasi. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge.
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
Thank you. I already showed off all that shit. And nice exposition dump. Yeah, this game gets a little awkward in places. Let's talk to this utility droid. He doesn't have anything to say. Well, let's pick that door. And we got dudes being shot. He's dead.
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party. For the Republic!
And he just charges in like a maniac. Right. I have a couple attacks. I can sniper shot them and that lowers my defense. Let's show that off really quick. But most of the time, I'm going to be relying on my regular attack. Since I'm using blasters, right now my best bet is to stay in the back. Now, these guys... Now, dead allies and enemies both can drop loot. Doesn't appear to be any on hand. Busted frickin' droid. Whoa! Fortunately, these Sith soldiers aren't the best aimers in the Republic, or in the Empire. See if I can snipe him out. Actually, I have stealth mode, don't I? Let's turn that on. That does me no good. In order to go into stealth mode, you have to be flying solo. I'm going to avoid doing that for now. Because there's really no point to it in this first area. An extra meta pack, get some credits. Footlocker might have some fun stuff. Short sword, a long sword, and a combat suit. I don't think I can equip any of that, but... Oh, I can't equip the combat suit. Defense bonus +4, max dexterity bonus +5. Nice. Nothing else I'm going to equip. Alright, now we look a little better in terms of equipment. And let's boogie. Yeah, more shooting. I could really use a blaster rifle. Wow. This is going to be a long episode because I don't want to wrap it up before the end this episode off before the end of the Endar Spire. Because it's a short level, and yeah, that would also make this episode pretty much entirely. I also have frag grenades. That would also make this episode pretty much entirely exposition. This is a good place to use a frag grenade. Wow, I'm actually kind of getting hammered. Really quick, I'm going to heal. Loot those remains. Just some credits. More, another Sith soldier. I've only got one frag grenade left, so I kind of want to hang on to it. Alright, let's sniper this guy. Yeah, that does some extra damage, but as you can see, my damage is not too high. Alright. This guy's got some remains. Credits. I need to go the right frickin' way. And he has for me a med pack. Always nice. And another frag grenade. Sweet. Alright. Let's go. I'm pretty sure it's actually predetermined what you get in each item kit in this game. or item container in this game, be it remains or...
Jedi. This fight is too much for us. We better stay back. All we do is get in the way. That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, we could have used her help.
We could have, but unfortunately, the bulkhead, the guys outside decided to ram starship fire up our arse. But yeah, as you can see, most of the damage I'm doing is pretty negligible. That's unfortunately because this character is not geared towards actual physical combat. So I'm gonna be a little hamstrung during the event, during Terrace, before I get any freaking force powers. I will take that. Adrenal strength, vibration cell. That's good for item customization, which I can't do yet. 2 med packs. Anything of note over here? No. Okay. For those wondering why about the occasional frame rate drops, that's actually just kind of a thing with the Endar Spire. It's a...
The bridge is just beyond that door. You better equip your melee weapon. There isn't much room on the bridge, and it's suicide to use a blaster in close quarters.
Considering my
You should
shitty
equip a melee
defense...
weapon too. Either that or I'll have to stay back and use my blaster. Your melee weapon is made using a cortosis weave. It's strong enough to stand up against anything, even a lightsaber.
That's actually true. There's lots of cortosis in here.
We'll be fighting in close quarters.
Oh, are you going to... You're a dick. Alright. Put the short sword in the offhand. Oh, let's turn back into me.
What?
It's not actually suicide to use blasters in close quarters, but I guess I'm going melee. The game won't frickin' let me, and I've leveled up. Whoa!
Not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too.
Indeed.
The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
You're just silly sounding, sir. I want that backpack. Blaster pistol, cool. Don't believe there's... Whoa. Anything else I can get on the bridge? Since I don't think any of these guys have remains, no. Alright. Now, you probably noticed that I leveled up. And 2 blaster pistols will do for now. Here's the thing. I'm going to be staying level 1 till we get off Terrace. Yeah. The reason for that is... Once you level up... Once you get off Terrace, you actually get your force powers and whatnot. But you don't get recursive access to them for all the levels you used on Terrace. Which means if you want to actually get the most out of your levels, you have to stay level 1 on Terrace. Here's the thing, I've never actually done that before. That's part of the reason I'm doing... That's another part of the reason... Part of the reason I'm playing the game this way is so I get the... so I can do that. That way I have access to that bit of information for my... Access to how well that goes for my blog. For the article I'm doing for my blog. So, fun! I'm going to be relying a lot on my party members who don't have that restraint. Who don't have that restriction. Oh, what? Okay, I guess I'm staying level 2. Noxious. Yeah, see? there's two options you can't use. Every so often you'll be able to level up your stats, which you can't do every time you level up. And this option, I think it's this option, is Force Powers, which you can't get until you get to Terrace. I really kind of hate that's making me level up here, but I'll survive. I have 1 class point. Oh, I have 5. I can't level up Treat Injury. So I guess I'll level up my stat skills. And I guess now's as good a time as any to take two-weapon fighting. Or possibly empathy. Yeah, I'm going to take empathy. Oop. There we go. Alright, guess I'm staying level 2 on Terrace. Empathy will help a bit, and I can just take an extra blaster for, or a blaster rifle to compensate for my lack of two-weapon fighting, but here we go.
There's something behind here. Damn, another Dark Jedi! I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
Trask over there is going to go fight Darth Bandon for us. Oops, I probably shouldn't have spoiled his name, but oh well. Brave dead motherfucker. I guess he went that way, so I'm going this way. Oh. I guess I'm not going this way. Okay, this is the door I need to take. Actually, this would be a decent place to end off the episode since it's after a transition, but I think Starboard's fairly short.
This is Charles Onassi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems.
Actually,
Basila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods. But be careful. There's a Sith patrol just down the corridor. Use your stealth skill to sneak past him.
Oh, I know how to use stealth, but I'm going to end... Fuck you, thank you. I'm going to end this episode off here, because I don't want this episode getting too hugely long. It's probably already closing in on half an hour. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this episode up here. In the next episode, we will make our way off the Endar Spire. In the meantime, thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope you're looking forward to this series. Thank you and good night, folks.